Okay, welcome back to Let's Read. No substitutions in the Strange Matter series, since I want to get back to this book and I didn't forget about it. It's been a couple days since I did one of these, but I want to get back to it because I want to wrap this book up before Halloween, the end of the month. It is now the 14th of October, 2025, for the record. So, without further ado, let's begin our read, starting from Chapter 6. All the kids in my class ran amok through the library. I couldn't believe the commotion. Stuff flew everywhere. Mr. Dawson looked around in disbelief. He turned his head in time to catch a paper plane in the eye. Ouch. My class hadn't earned their reputation for substitution busting for no reason. Any other time, I would have beamed with pride. Not this time. To my horror, I saw the box drop from Coach Dawson's hands. It seemed to fall in slow motion. I watched as it tumbled. He frantically grabbed at it, bumping it and twisting it in the air. His desperate attempts only seemed to make the box more determined to hit the ground. Boy, did it hit the floor. It hit it so hard, it broke open. That's when the bugs poured out. Hundreds of roaches and spiders streamed from the overturned box and scrambled across the floor. My stomach lurched and heaved as the carpet of bugs rose ankle deep. Everyone froze as the insects scurried over their shoes and up their socks. The girls and boys screamed as they felt hairy little legs crawl up their shirts and into their hair. Poor Piggy Steiner had been crawling under the library tables, pinching girls, when a wave of bugs flooded over him. He screamed for a full 2 minutes before Coach Dawson pulled him up. The coach brushed him off as best he could and yelled for silence. No good. Shrieks and cries filled the library as kids scrambled over each other for the door. Beneath their feet, the bugs popped and snapped and opened like peanut shells. I saw Shelley laughing hysterically, perched atop the card catalog. Shelley actually liked bugs, unlike most girls I know. She liked them enough to own a pet spider, and an ant farm, and 2 centipedes named Flash and Speedy. Coach Dawson started after the panicking crowd outside. He slammed the door, barking at the kids to settle down. The bugs disappeared almost as soon as they hit the floor. I saw the last few stragglers slide under the bookcase. Then they too vanished. I jumped down, and so did Shelley. We didn't care about the chaos outside the door, or the dozens of smeared and splattered black spots on the floor. We had to see the package that had bust open when it hit the floor. At least we would see what secrets the boxes held. We drew closer, neither of us saying a word. Neither of us dared. End of Chapter 6. On to Chapter 7. Shelley and I looked at each other, too nervous to say anything. I reached for the crumpled cardboard flaps of the overturned box. Shelley beat me to it. Her hands grabbed the cardboard flap and flipped it up. We both jumped back, expecting more bugs, or something even worse. But nothing sprang out. So far, so good. We peered inside. It looked as if it hadn't seen the light of day in 100 years. Shelley carefully reached in through the cobwebs, her hand buried in the box. I can't believe you carried that thing. Just imagine those bugs waited in there while you were carrying it. It's a good thing. Shut up, Curtis, she snapped. She pulled something out, a book covered in dust. I grabbed the book away from her. Hey, I got it out, chicken. I get to look at it first. She grabbed it back with a sharp tug and scowled at me. She blew the dust off and revealed the cover. I couldn't believe it. Very cool. I had read books like it before. This one was different altogether. I could tell. Werewolves. The Loop, Gara, and others. I hope I got that right. I can't really read that font too well. Loop, Gara, and the others. I felt a strange tingle and a rush of excitement. It was solid leather and heavy. On the cover, etched in silver, was a face, split in the middle. One side man, the other a snarling wolf. Usually, I think that books on werewolves and monsters are cool, but not this time. The book radiated a weird energy. I could feel it as I stared. I think Shelley had the same feeling because she started breathing heavily when she opened the first page. We both knew that werewolves and vampires and all that stuff are make-believe. Junk you see in movies or TV that isn't real. We even knew how most of the effects for those shows were done. I had models and masks, and so did Shelley. I could recite the lines from The Wolfman by heart, the old black and white movie with Lon Chaney Jr. That was different entirely. We had a book on the real thing. Deep down, I knew it. Shelley slammed it shut, her eyes wide and scared. We have to get out of here. This thing is real, she said. What? I still couldn't believe it. I had to play it cool no matter what my brain told me. Give me a break. That stuff isn't real. It's a phony. Shelley only looked at me. Okay, it's real. Let's get out of here. I had to admit I felt a growing panic myself. What about the other box? She asked quietly. Where did you put it? It's over there. Ah! Shelley screamed, grabbing her mouth. Sitting on the librarian's desk was the box, and right behind it sat Mr. Calhoun, a smile on his face as he leaned forward slowly. A little light reading? He asked, his teeth bared to the gums. Bring that over here, please, and be quick about it. At that moment, Coach Dawson bolted into the room, his finger of guilt extended and eager to point at someone. All right. Now what the... He didn't have time to finish. We didn't have time to reply. A blur of movement and a gust of air, and Mr. Calhoun held us up by the backs of our shirts. It seemed to Mr. Dawson that we have a couple of insects collecting pranksters. I'll read that sentence again. Context. It seems, Mr. Dawson, that we have a couple of insect collecting pranksters. Obviously, I should have brought down my packages myself and chosen another penalty for my two little note passers. The words flowed like silver off Mr. Calhoun's tongue. I could see Mr. Dawson buying it completely. I had to try to explain. But I sputtered while I dangled from Mr. Calhoun's huge hand. Curtis, you neglected to tell me that you were being punished, Mr. Dawson said sternly. No way, Shelley yelled. Coach Dawson sighed in disappointment. You know how I hate it when you guys don't pay attention in class, he concluded. Game over. To Mr. Dawson, we committed the ultimate crime. Not paying attention in class ranked with armed bank robbery. How are we gonna get out of this? Alright, let's continue into chapter 8. We didn't get out of it. Kenny Hendricks had over 20 spider bites on his scalp. Patty Carmike, allergic to ant bites, could plan a week at the hospital. In all, over 30 people suffered trauma from the insect incident, and we bore the blame. No trial, no hearing, no excuses. We stewed in solitary confinement with Mr. Dawson. A day's suspension seemed the least of our worries, as the principal called our parents at work to come and retrieve their delinquent children. I had always thought of the school system reserved suspension for future bank robbers, car thieves, and 7-Eleven hold-up creeps who sulked around the back of social studies class. I had no idea suspension waited for Shelley and me. A big fat blemish on our permanent records. It would follow me for the rest of my life. It would prevent me from getting into college of my choice, and probably be responsible for my career in can collecting and talking to statues in the park. I had never been in trouble of this magnitude in my life. Now I could thank Stacy Calhoun, the substitute. That was a very short chapter. On to chapter 9. Smack! I punched the catcher's mitt again as I paced back and forth beneath the models of the B-2 bomber and Rodan. Rodan mentioned, fuck yeah, Rodan. Sorry, I'm breaking away from the book. Rodan mentioned. Good reference. Alright. Sorry. Let's start again. I punched the catcher's mitt again as I paced back and forth beneath the models of the B-2 bomber and Rodan that hang swaying in my ceiling. I had cleaned my room, leaving nothing on the floor anywhere. I made sure of everything found its place. It's something I do when I have time to think. I guess by getting the clutter out of sight, I get the clutter out of my brain too. I kept seeing Stacy Calhoun's ugly, hairy face, and those weird, silvery eyes in my mind. I couldn't force the image out. I paced to the window and stared down my street. The sky glowed with a purplish haze as twilight approached. I kept wishing that Shelley would call. She had a way of clearing up my head. The phone rang loudly. It had to be Shelley. I grabbed it before Mom could. Hello? Can you believe what's happening to us? Can you believe this? Shelley huffed, and I had a lot to tell Shelley about what I had seen, but I didn't want my mom to find out. I played it cool. I guess I had about 30 seconds, so I started my act. This is so stupid. How? How could this happen to us? Why is that creep of a substitute out to get us? Mom picked up the phone and interrupted. I knew she would. Curtis, you have exactly 2 minutes. You are being punished, young man. And I want you off that phone and back on the essay, just in case they decide to let you back in school. What is this music? Russian music. Okay, let's swap the music tracks. Yeah, sometimes I don't know what it's gonna play. There we go, this should be suitable. Better. Okay, let's double back a bit. I'm gonna start reading again from this here. Mom picked up the phone and interrupted. I knew she would. Curtis, you have exactly 2 minutes. You are being punished, young man, and I want you off that phone and back on that essay, just in case they decide to let you back into school. Ouch. That hurt. You see, Shelley and I had to write essays on the evil of our actions, and how much shame we felt about it. You too, Shelley. I'll bet your mother doesn't know you're on the phone. I mean it, Curtis. 2 minutes. Mother snapped. Shelley didn't say anything. Mom hung up the phone. We could talk freely now. Curtis, how did he get to us so fast? I didn't even see him move. Why did he have all those bugs in his stupid box? Why did he have that book? Shelley's mind raced faster than her mouth. I knew how she felt. I don't know, but I saw Mr. Mayfield and him in a fight. He almost punched Mr. Mayfield right in the face. Something about him joining him. Like in the good old days. Whatever that means. Anyway, Mayfield grabbed his hand and ran out. Something was burning into his palm. So that's why Mr. Mayfield looked so nervous and ran past us so fast. What could have been in his hand? I didn't see, so I have no idea. Mr. Calhoun put it there, I'm sure of it. But he didn't touch him. He did it with his mind. Silence on Shelley's end of the phone. Did she believe me? I'm not sure if I would have believed me. Oh, come on. You don't think he has some kind of secret power or something, do you? I don't know. But you were the one who got so scared when you saw that book. Remember? Excuse me while I take a drink. Okay. I watched the sun go down through my thin white curtains. No reply. Shelley? What do we do now? We're suspended for a day. That's serious. I've never been in trouble before in my life. It's all his fault. He's out to get us. I can't just do nothing. Once, she got a C on a book report she did for Mrs. Dobson. She cornered the poor teacher on her way out of a faculty meeting. In front of the principal and the entire English department, she argued her way into a B+. She took her school record very, very seriously. I did too. I couldn't take this lying down either. We had to decide what to do next. My mind snapped to a plan of action. Let's find out what he said to Mr. Mayfield and what exactly was on Mr. Mayfield's palm, I said. If I get caught sneaking out, I'll never see daylight again. I waited. She wouldn't be able to stand not going. All right. I'll meet you in the corner of Willow and Elm in 1 hour. Oh, hey, Kurt. Yeah? Look at the mess we're in because of one of that stupid box. Yeah? Your point is? I knew she would say. Made me sick to my stomach. What do you think is in his other box? And that's a great place to stop, so I'm going to segue my way out here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying No Substitutions from the Strange Matter book series. It's a great book series. And, hey, here's the secret. I've not actually read any of these. It's kind of my first time reading all of them. I only read, like, the one I had from my school, which was No Way Out. No Way Out, because it had the raptor foot, and I like raptors and dinosaurs and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna nope out of here, so thank you all for watching, and I'll be back, hopefully pretty soon, with some more book reading time. Yeah, I strayed away from this a little bit over the last days, because I was doing I want to do another project about music, like Song of the Week. I was gonna do it like a radio show, but I figure I can't really post it up to YouTube safely. Anyways, we need to finish this project too, so yeah, I'm gonna try to crack on with that every night or every other night until we're done with the book, because, you know, October only lasts for so long. Anyways, have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.